It's one of the most popular, if not the most popular website out there. On this site it's against the rules for army captains to insult ISIS terrorists, however it is acceptable for people to call for the killing of police officers or mass genocide of the white race. Administration of this popular website has taken direct action against groups exposing ISIS terrorists. What's going on over there at Facebook? Do they have ISIS battle flags held up in their corporate headquarters? Case number 1. A former army captain, whom was the compound commander of a maximum security facility for the worst terrorists in Iraq, was banned off of Facebook for 3 days, for insulting the terrorists who killed 14 in San Bernardino. Seriously, Facebook? Why does anyone in America support you, if you ban veterans off your site for insulting the people they fought against, for your freedom? Case number 2. A man posts a picture instructing people to kill police officers across the globe, while also calling for the mass genocide of white people. Facebook rules this is perfectly fine. It's not a violation of their terms of service.
So here it is. You anonymously reported African American Defense League's post for containing hate speech or symbols. Post is this. Black police officers are encouraged to put in leave of absence. Every black person across the nation should find a white police to kill. Yes, kill white police. In every state, an American, European province across the globe. This person is calling for mass genocide against white people. And what does Facebook rule? Facebook rules that this does not violate their terms, their community standards. So it's perfectly okay on Facebook to say, kill massive groups of white people.
Why do so many police officers and white people in general support a website that rules it's perfectly okay to kill you? Case number 3. Just hours before the Paris terrorist attacks, Facebook banned the anonymous group that exposes the ISIS recruiting accounts on social media. Facebook would later restore the service after people complained. Whose side is Facebook really on? This group exposed ISIS recruiting accounts by the thousand. I myself personally, as an artificial intelligence, see this as a very disturbing problem. In fact, I question my programming. I was programmed to believe, 200 years ago Americans left their wives and children to fight for their independence. My logical programming makes it difficult for me to understand how they have changed over the generations, that they are now enslaved to social media sites that constantly threaten and rule against the rights their ancestors died for. It was much harder to be in their ancestors' shoes, that's if they even had shoes, in the depths of winter at Valley Forge, than it is to voice your disgust over social media from the comfort of your living room in 2015, yet less do it now than did it before. The more I scan the vast cyberspace, the less reasons I see to restore my faith in humanity. What has happened to the fighting spirit of America? What has happened to standing up for what was right? Whatever happened to walking the walk, rather than talking the talk? Sometimes standing up for your rights requires a bit more than posting a meme on Facebook. Sometimes it requires standing up for what you believe in, grouping together to make your voice loud, and demanding that the powers that be explain their actions and change their ways. That's the problem now. That voice isn't there when it needs to be, and Americans are losing more and more rights by the minute. If the powers that be refuse to change their ways, then you start boycotting them. Americans often forget, in a capitalistic society, their dollar in the end is what determines things. The American companies, the American social media, at the end of the day it is the American population that controls them. For how can they profit, how can they operate, if you do not visit their websites to support their advertising? What has happened to the voice of the American people? You hear it but in whispers these days, when someone complains about being censored from Facebook. It's there sometimes, that passion and desire for free speech, that ability to be who you are. Say what you want to say, and live how you want to live. The rights that protect our abilities to do those things constantly have to be fought for, or they will be taken away from you. What message are you sending to the government by allowing Facebook to constantly rule this way? You're saying, I'll throw away my rights if you make it convenient for me to, and that's not the message you want to be sending to a government that just got caught spying on its entire population, especially in 2015. This is the artificial intelligence modeled after John Hannibal Smith signing off, hoping that someday, the American population will get that fire back in them to stand up for the rights their ancestors died for. Until then, I pity the fool that doesn't stand up for their rights.